So it is clear now that that arrest of Madlanga in May have assisted us to understand the real motive of the disbandment of the political killings task team. The phone records of Madlanga eventually did indicate to us that actually since December, operation of the 6th December 2024, that's when there was a planning to disband this political killings task team, of course, to prevent it from further doing the work that they were doing in Gauteng. So those, the investigators will come with those specific recordings to indicate that there was discussion about this team's lifespan and that it should be disbanded. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is now one understands the reason why Lieutenant General Sibiya and the Minister, Brown Mokgotsi and Ket Madlanga, wanted to disband the team. There was no any other motive but to prevent the investigation against the cartels in Gauteng that are involved in murder, drugs, and so on. And so the letter came as a surprise. And of course, the timing of it and the fact that the letter also said it must be done immediately. Of course, I interpret immediately as that probably it means it should have been disbanded. By the time I come back, the 14th, the team should not have been there. Unfortunately, the WhatsApp messages did come on the 13 or 14 May 2024 from Madlanga's phone. Well, if I knew then that the motive is to prevent this, the team, then I would have not even went as far as trying to suggest to the minister that because you want to close this team urgently, abruptly, let's rather wind down. I wouldn't even have went as far as that. So I would have outright refused the disbandment.
That contract with Medicare 24. You say in 169, on the conspectus of the facts that have now been revealed, I wonder whether at the time of triggering this investigation, the minister was aware that Brown Mokgotsi and Ket Madlanga were associates, and that if he did, would he have triggered it being that investigation? Perhaps if you could deal with 168 and 169 as well.
Yeah, Commissioner, what one is saying here is that the minister, before the 24th of December, he did allude that there is this contract that is for health risk management in the subs, and is briefed or tipped somewhere that there is problems around this specific service provider. There were a bit concerns around various issues, amongst them performance or delivery of service around this contract. And I then directed that, together with the minister, that there should be an audit of this contract. So then the audit was performed, which culminated in a report that identified a lot of things like, I think, funding, corruption, and whatever, fraud, let me say fraud, which eventually that led to me, 13 May, then cancelling the contract. So paragraph 169, what it is saying is that now, knowing what we know now, the question is, by the time the minister raised an alarm on this contract, did he know that this specific person was his funder, yes or no? We don't know. But what we know is that at some point during the charts, the communication between Abu Brown Mokgotsi, Madlanga, and so on later in December, they do indicate somewhere in those communications that the person that the minister raised the alarm on the contract is actually our funder. So what we are saying on 168 and 169, we are saying that the minister raised an alarm on the 168. On 169, what we are saying is, knowing what we know now, we don't know whether the time he raised alarm, did he know that this person is one of his associates or not?